watching the Afia Business Morning, and this is the Eastern Business Report, which is designed to bring you up to speed on business activities and policies affecting businesses and the economy of southeastern Nigeria. It comes right after Global Business on the Afia Business Morning, and on today's edition of the Eastern Business Report, we'll be looking at, CNG Initiatives and the positioning of Southeast Nigeria. Real quickly, let's let you understand that Nigeria, as far as this story is concerned, Nigeria is developing compressed natural gas (CNG) as an alternative fuel to reduce its carbon footprint and reliance on imported fossil fuels. The Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPCL Limited, Malam Melekiari, declared that the drive to bring CNG closer to Nigeria has since commenced and is irreversible. Kiari disclosed this during the simultaneous commissioning of 12 CNG stations in Abuja and Lagos, and said in addition to the massive deployment of CNG stations nationwide, the NNPC Limited and its partners would also build 3 liquefied natural gas (LNG) stations in Ajaokuta. Now, he went on to say that CNG will be about 40% cheaper than petrol in Nigeria, and with continued investments, it will become a significant part of Nigeria's energy mix. Now, all of these issues and more will form the basis of our conversation this morning. My name is Ubong Kings. Welcome. And joining me on this conversation on CNG initiatives and the position of the southeastern part of Nigeria in all of this is none other than Cornel Osigwe, who is the Communications Director, Innoson Vehicles Manufacturing, IVM, is here live with me in the studio. It's good to have you. Welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's not easy to drag you out, but I'm excited that I was able to do this. Welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Now, let's talk about this real quickly. What are your thoughts with reference to this CNG initiative that the federal government has rolled out, and how profitable will it be for Nigerians generally?
The truth is that the CNG initiative is an idea whose time has come. One, there are many reasons why the government policy should go towards the CNG initiative. One is going to save the economy a whole lot of money. When you look at how much that the government has spent so far on fuel subsidy, because the removal of the fuel subsidy has made the prices of petroleum to go so high. You understand? But the truth is that in terms of CNG, in terms of CNG gas, is far cheaper because Nigeria still have excess of gas reserve in the country. So the CNG is less expensive for transportation and for to use. You understand? We are a situation whereby you use, I think NNPC just yesterday, or the day before yesterday, announced another increase in the price of fuel. Yeah. You understand? Now it's over 1,000 naira. You understand? But the CNG per liter is still less than 200 naira. You understand? So you can see if you have a CNG vehicle, like the vehicle that is using a CNG, you can see how much that you are saving in terms of cost. You understand? So another thing is that the world there is a campaign, or the world is moving into a cleaner environment. You understand? Whereby the pollutions we get from the crude oil from petrol vehicles, you understand, that's been causing a lot of health issues. There's a campaign to erase that off. You understand? So the use of CNG by vehicles, because CNG engines are low on emission. Yeah, carbon emission. Yeah, they're low on carbon emission when you compare it with fuel. You understand? So there's a campaign for a greener economy, for a clean, for an energy economy. You understand? Whereby the gas pollution is reduced. You understand? So you see, by the two standards, you understand, CNG is more favorable for the Nigerians to use than the fuel. So our advice is that the stakeholders involved, from the investors, the government, everybody that is involved, down the value chain to make sure that that Nigeria switch from petrol to CNG, that it should be done.
Okay, now quickly, you see, one of the issues that come up or arise is whether or not Nigerians, the average Nigerian person, is sensitized enough to know that there's a better alternative, which is CNG.
Yeah, I think the government has been doing that, but if down the street, the information is not yet clear. People don't even understand. There's a lot of people are still in fear about the use of CNG. You know, because of a lot of gas explosion. When you talk about cooking gas, people see that CNG as like a cooking
like
gas.
Cooking gas,
You understand? So there is this fear that once it blow up from there is this fear of blowing up your car and nobody will survive. So I'm talking about the layman understanding. So people are still afraid, you understand, to convert or to embrace it. You understand? So the National Orientation Agency have a lot of work to do. You understand, to sensitize Nigerians about the need for Nigerians to embrace this technology.
Right.
You understand? You can see the last time that there was a lot of outcry about another increase on the petroleum. The president just said that people should use CNG. You understand? Yes, that information was correct, but the way it was portrayed, wasn't a very good PR for the country. You understand? So the government should, through the Minister of Information and also the agency, the National Orientation Agency, you understand, they need to educate Nigerians, you understand, on the need, why it is needful, that this is an idea whose time has come, both CNG and electric vehicles. Yeah.
Okay, now, thank you for that. But there's something I want us to look at now. I mean, you are with IVM, Innoson Vehicle Manufacturing, and one of the key things you've been able to do was to create or manufacture vehicles that are powered by CNG. Now, how would you rate the level of acceptance of those vehicles here, especially in Nigeria and, I know, of course, here in the Southeast?
Yeah, there's been a lot of demand for CNG vehicles, especially from the places like the states that have adopted the policy. You understand, like a lot of our customers from Benin, you understand, are making orders of the Innoson vehicle, the CNG version of our vehicles. You understand, we have customers from Lagos and also as well as from Abuja. You understand, so people are patronizing it. You understand, people who understands the especially corporate organization companies, you understand, that has a very fat budget on petroleum, are now switching into the CNG, you understand, because you see that it is less cheaper. So when they are trying to make a budget of buying their vehicles, they go straight for the CNG vehicles, you understand. So the patronage is gradually increasing. But you know that there has been a poor implementation of the CNG, you understand. Hopefully,
I was going to come to that.
You understand. So I believe that once there's an improvement, you understand, the patronage is going to increase.
Now, talking about implementation, one of the major challenges is having or not having, just like you have no more regular filling stations. I mean, you could drive on a stretch of road, you could see 3 to 4 or 5 or more of those filling stations. Do you have any idea of any plan to establish quite a number of those here in the Southeast?
Yeah, no, the truth is that the government have done their part, you understand, in terms of, okay, this is the policy direction, you understand, but we have the investors in these sectors who are supposed to also key into that part. Right? You understand? Yes, in as much as I know that government have their own implementation strategy, where they are, establishing conversion centers, giving out conversion keys for vehicles. You understand? That one is the government aspect. You understand? But in this country, the way government does their thing, the slow pace, the snail project, the snail pace that. But in terms of the investors, people who are already in this market, who are in the downstream sector, you understand, they need to do a lot of investment You understand? Both even the state government and the private sector. You understand? They need to establish. By now, I'm thinking that we should start having a modular kind of CNG. You understand? Yeah. Just like we have in the way it has in the
modular
gas
refinery. Yeah.
Yes, you understand. Whereby just like even 500 tank. Yeah. You understand? In the neighborhood, people can buy gas. They have a modular kind of thing. You understand? I was thinking by now we should start having that in the CNG. You understand? And also a lot of filling stations too, having the another sections where you can go and get this thing. You understand? So the nation phase is very, very slow. And I know that we have Ibeto that is doing something in Omasi, in Anambra State, and I know that the governor of Anambra State, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, is doing something too as we speak. You understand? In trying to set up a CNG plant in Anambra State. You understand? So I believe that the government have shown that this is the policy direction. You understand? So I know within 2-3 years that the CNG usage for vehicles, you understand, will now be like a normal thing.
Okay, I think let's take a short break. Let's take a short break right here. When we come back, we're going to be looking at pricing, right? We'll look at the pricing. We'll also take a look at, of course, he's in the field, so he knows better. We'll look at pricing. We'll also take a look at specifically at conversion, all right? How we're going to handle this, and where is Innoson Vehicle Manufacturing in all of this equation after this timeout. Please stay. It's good to have you rejoin us, and yes, indeed, it's still the Eastern Business Report right here on the Afia Business Morning. I'm still playing host to Cornel Osigwe, who is the Commission's Communication Director, Innoson Vehicles Manufacturing, IVM, and we'll be talking about the CNG Initiative, how far so far, with special reference to the southeastern part of Nigeria, how well are we keyed into this or not, and we still have him here in the studio. So let's get back to this conversation. Just before the break, I did say when we come back, we'll talk pricing. Now, this is key because quite a number of persons are of the opinion that it's too expensive to convert vehicles, regular vehicles, to CNG vehicles and all of that. But really, from your standpoint as someone who's in the industry, what do you think? Do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages?
Okay, the truth is that when you are looking at, when people talk about the pricing, they are looking at the short term. What you also need to look at is what is the long-term benefit when you implement this price in terms of the conversion cost. You understand? You see that within 1 year, if you convert, how much that have you been able to save? You understand? So in terms of pricing, it's still the best alternative. You understand? For someone to convert his petrol vehicle into a CNG powered vehicle.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Now let's take a look at some of these things that Innoson is doing at the moment. I know that there is the manufacture of these vehicles and all, and the question that I really want to find out, or I need answers to, is how well has the Southeast, keyed into this with special reference to IVM in the equation? I mean, if you put it on a scale. Okay. How well?
The truth is that I want to appreciate the founder, the chairman of Innoson Vehicle, my boss, Dr. Innoson Chukwuma, who saw this initiative fair early enough as far back as 2020, and started the investment. As we speak now, he's in completion of a new factory that is focused on the production of CNG vehicles and also conversion centers, whereby there will be a retrofitting of vehicles from petrol to CNG. You understand? So you see that he saw that this is the way to go and started the investment early enough. You understand? And the truth is that for Innoson and Innoson Vehicles, they are ready. We are ready. You understand? Even at the factory right now, they are doing all various of conversion. People are bringing their vehicles, especially the IVN customers. They are bringing their vehicles, and their vehicles are are converted. Recently, the road safety ordered a lot of vehicles from the factory, from us, and it is CNG powered vehicles that we supply to them. Yes, we have the governor of Adamawa State too recently that bought a lot of vehicles from us, and it's CNG this thing. And you could remember that when the chairman went to see the president, the president made some orders. All those buses, over close to 50% of them are almost in delivery. You understand? And all of them are CNG powered vehicles manufactured in the factory. So when in terms of readiness, in terms of capacity, Innoson has been ready and Innoson has the capacity. You understand? But when you are looking at the southeast, like I stated earlier, you understand, they are still, booting or working up to it. But with special reference to the governor of Anambra State, you understand, because I'm in touch with some of his departments and I know the effort that the governor is making. You understand, to ensure that there is that Anambra key into the CNG initiative.
Okay, that's beautiful to know. At least there's a state in the southeast that is trying. Now, where do you see this innovation in the next few years? I know that you said something earlier that CNG is an idea whose time has come. I like the way you put that.
Yeah.
And what's the future?
That is the future. We are not going back. That is the future. Nigerians, we have to start living with it that there was a time, 5-6 years from now, you understand, we will be remembering that there was a time that it used to be a petrol-powered vehicle, but now it's CNG-powered vehicle. CNG and electric vehicles are the future. You understand? That's the truth.
Okay, now let's dabble into electric vehicles, since you've said it now. I mean, as a country, are we even ready for electric vehicle transition? Yeah,
we are ready and we are working towards that. You understand? Innoson is doing a lot of investment. You understand, on that too. And he has also a plan, which he's seriously working on, to set up an EV, an electric vehicle manufacturing. Not just, I'm talking about the battery.
Okay, the battery.
You understand? Yeah, because the battery is the major component of an electric vehicle.
True.
You understand? That is what makes it expensive. You understand? And various all the raw materials that are used in producing electric battery is in Nigeria. You understand? What is not in Nigeria is the factory. You understand? So we have a situation whereby a lot of these raw materials are being exported outside the country and are used to produce battery and are being brought back in a very high price. You understand? So the chairman is doing a lot of work, feasibility study on how best to be able to set it up. You understand? So that's the future.
Okay, now finally, just before I let you go, because of the want of time or the lack of time, what would be your parting words to Ndigbo with reference to patronizing made in Nigeria products, in this case, their IVM?
Yeah, I want to urge our Ndigbo that they should see how Iko Tuonye doesn't go far, but Igwebike is the ultimate. You understand? We have a lot of companies that are doing made in Nigerian stuff. You understand? So we have no other option than to patronize them to make it stronger. You understand? We have a situation whereby, for example, at Innoson Vehicles, you understand, when you do statistics, you see that majority of the customers comes outside the southeast. It's not really fair. You understand? It's not really fair. So we want our Igbo brothers to, start patronizing their own. You understand? Because that's how we are going to build a stronger regional economy.
Yeah, true that. I think that's a good place to leave it. And you may want to share your thoughts with me on this conversation and drop off a comment or two on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business. And while you're there, remember you should subscribe and so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. And you can join us and follow us on our socials on Instagram at Afia Business _ to be part of our social media community. And just so you know, I played host to Cornel Osigwe, the Communications Director Innoson Vehicle Manufacturing, IVM, and we looked at CNG Initiatives, the position of Southeast Nigeria. Coming up next will be, of course, the segment we call Onyafia. My name is Ubong Kings. Stay tuned.